Advertising your business with GCN is simple, effective, and more affordable than you might think. Visit advertise.gcnlive.com for more info.
Load 'em up, boys. Where's Davy Crockett when we need him?
Hour number 2, coming to you live. This is Lock and Load. This portion of the show is brought to you by Aero Precision.
For over 25 years, Aero Precision has paved the way as a leading manufacturer of American-made AR parts. Aero Precision caters to the rifle builder by engineering quality receivers, handguards, and other essential parts. Aero Precision's added enhancements create a smooth build process from start to finish for beginners and seasoned builders. Whether this is your first rifle or your 50th, Aero Precision offers everything you need to make a quality AR at an affordable price.
Check them out at aeroprecisionusa.com. The number to get in is 866-582-9933. That is 866-582-9933. And it is time to go this way. Indeed. Off we go. Finally, and the cruise director here, he has finally been let loose. They have finally ended the lockdown in Michigan. That's got to at least be good. Rick? I don't hear Rick. I know he's there. I just don't hear him. Okay, well, I guess what we're going to do here, since we don't have Rick on the... Well, Rick, if you can hear me, I cannot hear you. That's part of the problem. That's a big part of the problem. While we wait to get Rick back, well, I guess I'll talk about... we'll go topical again. You know, topical. Let's say you live in West Virginia. You might be calling a local farmer and you want to order some eggs, and the yolks of his eggs are a rich, deep yellow. And after his wife took the egg order, she asked if she could speak to you about the chaos over the death of George Floyd. You might assume word had spread around town if you were politically active. She expressed deep concern for her half-black grandkids living in Maryland who are experiencing racial bullying. She wanted to know what to tell them about all the racial hate and white supremacy stuff they're hearing from the media. You might tell her to pray for her grandkids and to keep telling the truth. Black Lives Matter's minions have ambushed and assassinated several cops over the years, and for some reason George Floyd rioters shooting to death a 77-year-old small-town police chief, David Dorn, feels like a new level of in-our-faces domestic terrorism. Captain Dorn, by the way, was black. Democrats and fake news media are practically issuing marching orders to rioters, destroy monuments, burn businesses, take whatever they believe white America has stolen from them, and the rioters plan to invade white suburban and rural private homes. Can you believe that? In essence, Democrats and fake news media are instructing rioters to go get them. And who would have imagined that the Democrats and the fake stream news media would unleash rioters on the American people to spark Charles Manson's apocalyptic race war called Helter Skelter? For decades, Democrats and fake news media have used shaming tactics and backdoor schemes to repeal our constitutional right to bear arms. And the Second Amendment is to protect us from government tyranny, claiming that the Second Amendment is outdated. Democrats and fake news media brand law-abiding gun owners as paranoid nut jobs. Today, Democrats are ignoring the Constitution, enforcing unlawful demands upon we the people, and they have unleashed an army of domestic terrorists to beat us into submission to their social justice, anti-Christian, and anti-American agenda. And imagine the iron fist Democrat tyranny we would be suffering had they successfully disarmed Americans. I've been talking for years about the fake news and, what they want. The Democrats, what they want. Democrat policies have destroyed black families. Democrat-controlled cities have record-high black-on-black crime. Democrat sanctuary cities coddle illegals who rape and murder Americans. Democrats twisted Trump's common-sense mission to make America great again into an alleged code to spark racial hate. Do you remember when Don Lemon, who I had to have a heart-to-heart talk with him. Do you remember when Don Lemon justified blacks beating up MAGA cap wearers? The George Floyd riots marked Democrats and fake news media's new level of sociopathic aggression, instigating the killing of everyday Americans while claiming the moral high ground. Everything the Democrats do, everything they take control of, they destroy. They're like a parasite. They're parasitic. They're like a virus. They're a pathogen. And that's the problem. That's the big problem. And in the meantime, what we're finding out, what America is finding out finally, is that they've been lied to. I can only, whenever you got somebody that feels like they've been betrayed, that's somebody that is really angry. I have never felt betrayed I felt betrayed by politicians in general, but I've learned to exist in a very uneasy, peaceful, watching sort of thing. But all that being said, I've always known them for what they are. I'm going to tell you a little story, and I probably have told this story before, but when I first came into radio, I was at a radio station called WOIC AM Radio in Columbia, South Carolina. I had a show called On the Radar with Bill Frady. And I went there, and I did not know what that was. I remembered it from my youth because when I was a kid, I used to listen to the music on WOIC. But now it was a talk station. And somebody was dumb enough to put me in front of him. I'm not going to say that. The guy gave me my start. His name is Lopez Martinez, and he put me in front of a mic and let me go. And I did the show the first time, and I came back the next week, and they were like, "You're a conservative." And I was in the former home of Air America. And everybody there thought I was odd. Black, white, it didn't matter. Now, they had a lot of music channels there, too, so, the music channels didn't particularly care about me, but the talk radio station was odd. And it was I was constantly being told all this nonsense about what a Republican or a conservative was. And that was where I started to hone my chops as far as getting out there and saying, no, that's not quite true. Show me the evidence of how that is. Don't tell me show me the evidence. And that's where the conundrum lay. So that's it. That's all there is to it. And that's the Democrats. Deceptors. Liars. Projectors. Everything about them, everything they do, everything they say is all based upon you believing them at your own peril. That's the best way to put it. You believe them at your own peril. And that's bad. We'll be right back. This is Lock and Load.
CZ USA. Delivered via a lineup of superlatives with handguns proven to function in both real-world and competitive settings. Rifles designed specifically for the mission, whether it is law enforcement or built for the plains of Africa. CZ USA has engineered peerless reliability into their superlative product line. Go to cz-usa.com and find out what serious shooters have known since 1991.
Franklin Armory makes top-quality AR-style firearms for sport, military, and law enforcement. 100% made in America parts and materials. We manufacture revolutionary 3-position binary triggers that can be selected to fire on the pull and release, or set to fire normally. We strongly support and uphold our Second Amendment. We hope you do too. Get a 10% discount when you mention the code word Lock and Load at franklinarmory.com.
So you're wearing a mask every day now?
Yeah.
Where are you getting them?
Same website where I get my neck and body wraps, sunnybay.com.
Really?
And they're handmade, just like their wraps in the USA.
Oh, and good quality?
Oh, very good. These are disposable face masks. And they make cloth face masks, too.
Good price?
That's the best part. 10 masks for only $6.
Wow.
As a public service, sunnybay.com is now making cloth face masks by hand in the Seattle area and sourcing disposable face masks with level 1 protection at sunnybay.com. Get a 10-pack of high-quality disposable face masks for only $6 or choose a handmade, washable, reusable cloth face mask with high 2 layers of quality cotton fabrics. Supplies are limited. Get details and order at sunnybay.com, a Biomed DB design company. Go to sunny-bay.com for disposable or cloth face masks. Just click sunny-bay.com. That's sunny-bay.com.
This is George Dory from Coast to Coast AM and History Channel's Ancient Aliens. We support the amazing energy, nutrition, and skincare products from Jeunesse. Jeunesse products are designed by leading doctors in their field with natural ingredients and even stem cell technology. These products help your body perform and look better. Shop Jeunesse at gcnlife.com or call 1-844-443-6637. gcnlife.com or 844-443-6637.
Would you like to get back that full head of hair from years past? Introducing Reveal from GCNlife.com. Beverly Hills dermatologist Dr. Nathan Newman invented Reveal, which contains polypeptides with natural botanicals and no parabens, sulfates, silicones, or dyes for a salon-quality hair growth product. Reveal. Here's Dr. Newman.
I've treated a lot of patients who lose their hair and they lose their confidence. We've created a unique set of polypeptides, which we call HPT6. The HPT6 contains the polypeptides from 6 different plants. The scalp infusion treatment should be used on wet or dry scalp. The Reveal hair care system is designed to be used for men and women alike.
Get Reveal at GCNlife.com with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So try Reveal today at GCNlife.com or 844-443-6637. Plus a discount up to 25% off for Reveal at GCNlife.com or 844-443-6637.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
Coming to you live. This is Lock and Load. This portion of the show is brought to you by Aero Precision.
For over 25 years, Aero Precision has paved the way as a leading manufacturer of American-made AR parts. Aero Precision caters to the rifle builder by engineering quality receivers, handguards, and other essential parts. Aero Precision's added enhancements create a smooth build process from start to finish for beginners and seasoned builders. Whether this is your first rifle or your 50th, Aero Precision offers everything you need to make a quality AR at an affordable price.
Check them out at aeroprecisionusa.com. Now we're going to go to Planet Rick. There we are. How you doing, sir?
Man, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, man, great. Awesome. Now, I just want you to know, you are among the best in the business because you were scheduled to have me, your guest, on, man. And you know what? Through some technical errors or whatever, man, like a pro, the show went on, and without a blip, you carried a whole segment solo, man, and did an awesome job, if I may say so myself.
Well, thanks. You like that, then, I take it.
Hey, man, you are a consummate professional. You
Well,
know,
thanks.
and I'm not just, kissing up to you because you're a close friend and I love talking to you and everything and following you around at the conferences, man, but you are a pro, consummate professional.
Very good. Well, let's get on Planet Rick real quick. Most of the time we do our small talk and then we get on to your topic. So today we're just going to get on to your topic. What is on the mind of the esteemed Mr. Ector?
Well, it's a topic that has bubbled to the top of the public consciousness, man, and it concerns itself with diversities at rallies, conferences, and conventions, especially if they lean towards pro-gun topics, man. The thing that a lot of people who feel contrary to the way we do about things, one of the very first criticisms that they will quickly level against us is, hey, all I see are a bunch of overweight, fat, old, grumpy-looking white guys. If your movement is so diverse, where's the diversity? Let me see those other people. So my topic is to address that topic head on and say, well, what's the current state of affairs and what we can do to get more participation of different people of different types at the conferences to answer these charges that have been leveled against us by our ideological folks.
Now, one thing I've noticed at the NRA annual meetings that you go to, that I go to, is I see a lot of black Americans there. And they've got all kinds of other stuff, and I'm glad to see them there. I wish there was more of them there. I like all Americans to come to this, and with 5 million supposed members in the NRA, you'd think there'd be more than 80,000 people there. But I see that. I see it in SHOT Show as well, but it makes me wonder how many people just can't get to that. I mean, if it's just life gets in the way sometimes.
Yeah, life does get in the way, but you know what? I'll tell you, for the people that do come to a person, they made a priority for them to be there. And typically speaking, it's so important for them to be there that they will make arrangements well in advance of the date of the conference being in their town so that they can be there and participate.
That will be great. Now, in Black America, and I'm just using that as that's the side of America that's been lied to the most by the Democrats, especially when it regards gun control or gun ownership or however you want to put it. They're not actually that shy about being gun owners, are they?
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, they are gun owners, man. They just don't, necessarily go out of their way to advertise it, for, reasons that, really don't require a whole lot of imagination to wonder why. They're very discreet and not necessarily very public. But in terms of actual gun rights movements or conferences or even events that happen locally, like here in the state of Michigan, we always have our big gun rights rallies with the big 2 major gun rights organizations for the state. They do their event, and, no knock against them. They would gladly welcome black, brown, and whoever to show up at their conference, at the actual event. But you know what? For whatever reason, they don't show up. So that addresses a criticism that a lot of people might have about various gun rights organizations, whoever they might be. Well, I said, let me just tackle this subject head on. The first issue is, for lack of, eloquence, I'll just call it arrogance.
Sure.
You know, arrogance is, well, hey, we have this event, and we do it every so often, every year, and everyone knows we're here. And, yeah, everyone knows that it's open to everyone. And if you want to show up, you'll show up. And if you don't show up, well, we guess you don't want to show up. That, to me, has a little twinge of arrogance to it. For the simple fact that if you know that certain people who fit the demographic you're looking for, that is gun owners, are not there, then maybe there's a reason why they're not there. And if you really want to be inclusive and if you really want them there, if only to shut up your critics or the people who are anti-gun and anti-freedom, you might want to address it, right?
Right.
I'm here to tell you, man, the answer is so easy. The answer is so easy, man, that it escapes people, right? In a nutshell, I'll just jump right to the chase, and I'll come back to some of the other things that I wanted to talk about to lead up to this. It's really simple. If you want black, brown, and whatever hue of person that's not coming to your event to come, it's real easy. I'll give you exactly one guess as to what can get them to come to your event.
I have no idea what speakers, the right speakers, what would it be?
It would be to ask them to show up.
Well,
to court them and say, come to our event. It's that simple. It's so simple it escapes people. You know, it gives you the comfort of saying, hey, our event is open to everyone. And
right.
If they want to come, they'll come. Well, you know what? Maybe for whatever reason, and there's a lot of perceptions that exist in the public space and in the media. And, you know, you let the media talk about things, man. They'll portray certain segments like ours, the gun owners and the pro-gun folks, as being a certain way. They'll distort who we are and give the impression that other folks are not welcome when, in fact, we would welcome them with open arms. It's just we're kind of arrogant about it.
Gotcha.
I say we actually need to go out and say, hey, you.
I tell you
yes,
what.
you.
Hang on for me. Hang on for me. Coming up on the break, when we get back, we're going to lead off with telling people how to find you because I was too busy listening to you. I felt sort of silly for not knowing the answer to that one. We'll be right back. We are on Planet Rick with Rick Ector, and this is Lock and Load.
I am not done, but I have found a way to thrive. Elevate. Elevate is a wearable technology designed to mitigate your active lifestyle. Whether you're a professional athlete looking to enhance performance, a yoga practitioner wishing to gain more flexibility, or a person seeking natural ways to relieve pain, benefits encompass all walks to life and lifestyles. Elevate is not a cure, but the IE-infused clothing will give you that extra percentage needed to help you get moving. For more information or to order, go to elevatebill.com. Elevate, because I am not done yet. Operate.
At STI, we know there's no such thing as a fair fight, and we bring the unfair advantage that is the 2011 platform.
Dominate.
At STI, we know the most important gun you own is the one that you're carrying when you're facing that threat to life and freedom.
Win.
We want you to enter that objective confident that you are carrying the best gun in the gunfight. No compromise, no sacrifice. STIguns.com. Stand ready to face down the darkness with 2011.
USA Radio News with Tim Berg.
Attorney General Bill Barr says the foundation of the United States depends on rule of law. The Attorney General also telling reporters that justice will be served in the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man who died in police custody. Barr saying they have evidence as to who's behind the rioting and looting going on all across the United States.
We have evidence that Antifa and other similar extremist groups, as well as actors of a variety of different political persuasions, have been involved in instigating and participating in the violent activity. And we are also seeing foreign actors playing all sides to exacerbate the violence.
The first of 3 memorial services held on Thursday for Floyd. And your final numbers on Wall Street at the closing bell, the Dow was up 12 points. You're listening to USA Radio News. Folks on the Gulf Coast are keeping their eye on a tropical storm. USA Radio Network's Chris Barnes explains.
Forecasters are predicting the tropical storm Cristobal could turn north and start heading for Louisiana as early as tomorrow. The National Hurricane Center says the storm is now over Mexico and will weaken into a tropical depression again, but will then regain strength over the central Gulf to become a tropical storm again by the weekend. A flood watch has been issued through next Tuesday, with heavy downpours expected as the storm is expected to stay off the central Louisiana coast through Sunday morning.
Senators are wondering how colleges and universities can safely reopen as the coronavirus outbreak shows no sign of breaking. Tennessee Republican Lamar Alexander opened a hearing and said university presidents are working overtime to establish safe conditions. There are more than 1.8 million confirmed cases of coronavirus in the United States. You're listening to USA Radio News.
There's so much hand sanitizer on the market, but beware. Not all hand sanitizers are created equal. That's why you want to use 2020 Safe hand sanitizer. You can trust the hand sanitizer on 2020safe.net to be made with the highest quality ingredients. American made with American ingredients employing Americans. Log on now to 2020safe.net and order your 1 liter today. Normally $29.99 but reduced to $19.99. So hurry while supplies last and receive a bonus. That's right. You'll receive a 30-count bottle of Immune Booster, a $39.95 value, free by using code GCN at checkout. Right now, click 2020safe.net. That's 2020safe.net to get our 1-liter bottle of high-quality hand sanitizer with your free bonus. A 30-count bottle of Immune Booster valued at $39.95. Remember to enter GCN at checkout, and the bonus is yours free. 2020safe.net.
Coming to you live. This is Lock and Load. This portion of the show is brought to you by Aero Precision.
For over 25 years, Aero Precision has paved the way as a leading manufacturer of American-made AR parts. Aero Precision caters to the rifle builder by engineering quality receivers, handguards, and other essential parts. Aero Precision's added enhancements create a smooth build process from start to finish for beginners and seasoned builders. Whether this is your first rifle or your 50th, Aero Precision offers everything you need to make a quality AR at an affordable price.
Check them out, aeroprecisionusa.com. For those of you listening live, the number to get in is 866-582-9933. That is 866-582-9933. We are talking to Rick Ector from Planet Rick, from Rick's Firearms Academy, from Legally Armed in Detroit, from just about it. Where else would they find you? Let's do this now, so this way I can just tell you, hang on a minute there, Ranger, and we can just go to break.
Rick Ector, RICKECTOR, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Blogger, legallyarmedindetroit.com. If you look for me, I swear you cannot miss me.
There you go. Over 2,000 videos on YouTube.
And
that's astounding. That's astounding, too. I mean,
it's a testament to longevity and constantly working, man.
I hear you. So
back to what we were saying, man.
Sure.
Based on all the things and all the mindsets that people are trying to put out there in the public space, man, look, being proactive really does not require a whole lot of effort. It just requires some type of effort. And that's what it speaks to. One of the things that I'm going to speak to, having a tough skin against criticism from your ideological foes. You know, one argument is that, well, these organizations don't want to court, you know, black people and minority people to join because we're so scared and worried about what the anti-gun or the anti-freedom people are going to say about us making, you know, an open-ended gesture to come join us and participate. Man, let me tell you, do not worry about what your detractors and your so-called ideological foes are going to say, man. You shouldn't care what those people say because they're never going to say anything positive to you, for you, or about you. The bottom line feeds into the next point I'm making is about changing demographics. The way the demographics of our nature is going, the current so-called gun owner, the so-called old fat white guy, demographically, their percentage is decreasing, and this country is becoming more and more, on a percentage basis, more and more people of color. If our movement, pro-gun, pro-freedom, is to survive long-term, we need to pull more people into the tent. And you got to get more black organizations involved, man. I'll tell you one key moment, which was a watershed, a moment for black people joining other organizations such as NAGA, National African American Gun Owners Association. Brand new organization, only been in existence for 5 years or so, but there was one highly publicized incident in Philadelphia that involved a man of color and involved police, and it saw that NAGA's membership skyrocketed. Do you remember that case?
No, I do not. I'm sorry to say.
You remember the Philando Castile case about the young black man?
I do remember that. Yes. I just didn't remember the location. I'm sorry. There's so many of them nowadays.
It was in Philly. It was in Philly, man, of all places, right? What we're having problems with right now. Right. And it was because of the lack of a statement being made in that case by the NRA. And I think the NRA personally missed a great opportunity to get a lot of black and minority people to join the organization. But it was their silence on that case that really fueled NAGA growing and becoming full of members. They have an astounding number of members that have joined their organization. But, for the record, man, proud member of the NRA, will continue to be so, and I'm part of the outreach committee under the fine stewardship and leadership of Mr. Willis Lee. We're still constantly at work at getting more black people and people of color to join, but I'm telling you, it was a missed opportunity, and we can still do better just for the simple fact that the demographics, and we know how this nation is headed if we don't get more people into the tent, man. We got to get more people involved. I think that's... Go ahead.
Now, have you ever noticed how slow these organizations are when you try to point them to opening up the tent and everything else? And I set something up to you, and they went to you, they came to you, and they didn't ever get up when their speech was over. They didn't go, and we want you guys to join us. Right.
Well, I think for a lot of organizations, man, not addressing the topic head on is basically taking the easy way out. And then when you open the tent, you may have some conversations that you otherwise probably wouldn't have. And I think, here's what I believe. I believe having conversations, even if you're not really as knowledgeable as you could be on certain topics. And you know what? Race is one of those topics, man. I remember I was at the Gun Rights Policy Conference, and I was on a panel with Maj Touré, who else is on that panel? Maj Touré, Shaneen Allen, Marcus Weldon. We were on the minority panel, right, for lack of a better word. And there was this guy, and he's from a gun rights organization, and I'm not going to mention that organization, but he was really wanting to ask a question that he honestly had, man, but he kept fumbling over his words, not because he's an inarticulate guy, because he was so afraid as to how his question would come across. It was like he was trying to parse every word as it hit his lips so he wouldn't inadvertently, accidentally say something that might be misinterpreted wrong. And, and I don't really slight him for that. It's just because he's not used to having conversations with people of color about topics that relate to people of color. If you talk to someone and you're in the black community and you have a good rapport with that person, you know that if you accidentally flub your words, I'm not going to hold you to it. I'm like, hey, you know what, look, let's look at this point, and that point. I'm not going to overtly just throw you off a building and say, you're this and you're that, and we all should hate you. You know, it comes from having that relationship. You know what I mean? And having an open dialogue. And we all can grow and benefit from that. But if you're so busy worried that your words might be misinterpreted as they leave your lips, man, I mean, you can't even get out of your own way to express yourself. And this guy I'm talking about, he is one of the most articulate fellas I know, but he was so scared of inadvertently saying something wrong that he couldn't communicate. It was one of the most painful things I had to watch.
You're going to have to tell me who that is when we're not on the air. You don't have to tell me right now. I want to know who it is. I've got a couple of guys in mind who it could be, but I really don't understand that inability just to talk to people, because when I talk to people, I'm not out there. I don't think that I have to have a separate line of verbiage to talk to Samoans and a separate line of verbiage to talk to Puerto Ricans and a separate line of verbiage to talk to Black Americans. I just talk to people all the same way.
Yeah, and that's the best way to do it, man. But when you get so concerned about your, I guess, lack of familiarity with talking to Black people or Hispanics or whatever, you can't get out of your own way.
I know. I got tied up with it. I didn't watch the clock again. You hang on for me. We're going to be right back. We're on Planet Rick with Rick Ector, and this is Lock and Load.
Are you afraid to go to the mailbox because of letter after letter from the IRS? Are they stacking on more and more penalties and interest? By now, you know the problem won't go away on its own. Don't let the IRS chase you to your grave with penalties and interest and liens and levies. You need real help now. I'm Dan Pilla. I wrote the book on tax debt settlement, and I help thousands of people solve tax problems they thought couldn't be solved. I can help you too. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, danpilla.com. That's danpilla.com. danpilla.com.
You know what's really smart?
Wash your hands frequently, practice social distancing, and stay home if told to do so.
You know what's really dumb?
To ignore your immune system.
Right now, more than ever, your health depends on a strong immune system.
The experts at Immunocorp will give you their 7-step guide to immunity for life, free.
Why? Because we want you to be smart and healthy.
Simply call 800-446-3063 or click immunityforlife.com.
Immunocorp has been producing the world's leading immune system products for more than 2 decades.
To get your free 7-step guide to immunity for life, call 800-446-3063. 800-446-3063.
Be smart. Don't ignore your immune system. Your life depends on it.
Call 800-446-3063 or click immunityforlife.com. Immunityforlife.com.
Anytime, any place, anywhere. Radio remains the most intimate of all forms of media. At home, at work, in the car, on smartphones. Over 90% of consumers still listen to radio every week. That makes choosing radio as a place to advertise your business one of the best decisions you can make. Email advertise@gcnlive.com and partner up with an experienced GCN representative. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Would you like to get back that full head of hair from years past? Now, there is Reveal. Beverly Hills celebrity dermatologist Dr. Nathan Newman took nearly a decade to develop Reveal from natural botanicals to return to a full-body head of hair. Reveal for men and women with a 30-day money-back guarantee at gcnlife.com or toll-free 844-443-6637. 844-443-6637. Reveal at gcnlife.com.
Stop aging now. Restore those joints. Boost your strength. Because it's official. NutriMedical has released the most exciting, powerful anti-aging supplement on the market. Dr. Bill Deagle's Red Deer Velvet DR has been approved by the U.S. Patent Office. Imagine stem cell rejuvenation all in one capsule without huge expense. Dr. Bill MD discovered that as an unborn baby grows in the mother's womb, he or she does not deteriorate or physically age. Red Deer Velvet DR, like the uterus, provides 300 biomolecules and 6 hormones protected in one special DR capsule that delivers lipid packages directly into your circulation. This patented technology bypasses the stomach and is released into the small bowel unaltered by digestive enzymes and stomach acid. Remember, Red Deer Velvet DR. Improve endurance, stimulate your immune system, increase learning ability, and even improve sexual libido with Red Deer Velvet DR. Click NutriMedical.com, that's N-U-T-R-I medical.com, or call toll-free 888-212-8871 and get on the road to a newer, rejuvenated, happier you.
Houseflies defecate every 4 to 5 minutes, spreading diseases and germs. Protect your food and your health with Bug Assault, a miniaturized shotgun which utilizes ordinary table salt as ammunition. Non-toxic, no batteries required. Only $39.95. Use discount code GCN and get an extra 10% off your purchase at bugassault.com. Fire your fly swatter. Get your Bug Assault today.
Coming to you live. This is Lock and Load. This portion of the show is brought to you by Aero Precision.
For over 25 years, Aero Precision has paved the way as a leading manufacturer of American-made AR parts. Aero Precision caters to the rifle builder by engineering quality receivers, handguards, and other essential parts. Aero Precision's added enhancements create a smooth build process from start to finish for beginners and seasoned builders. Whether this is your first rifle or your 50th, Aero Precision offers everything you need to make a quality AR at an affordable price.
Check them out at aeroprecisionusa.com. If you're listening live right now, the number to key in, 866-582-9933. That is 866-582-9933. We are talking to Rick Ector from Planet Rick, from Rick's Firearms Academy, from Legally Armed in Detroit.
Yeah, man, and one thing I want to share as to how I got more involved with the gun rights community at large, man. There was this guy that I would catch his podcast, and I so identified with his message and identified with who he was. You know him. He's a friend to both of us. The guy who calls himself the black man with a gun, Ken Blanchard himself, right?
Right.
And I was listening to his podcast, man, and he was talking about this gun rights policy conference at that time at the conference that was held in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. I was so captivated about what this guy I never met was saying about this gun rights movement event that I went all by myself. I drove by myself from Detroit to get there just to meet Ken. And I met Ken. I'd never met Ken before, and I'm following him all around the conference like a lost puppy dog. And then when he realized that nothing was mentally wrong with me and I wasn't disturbed, he decided to take pity on me and to befriend me, and we've been very close friends ever since, man. But sometimes it takes that one person to be a beacon to bring other people into the fold, man. But now as I've matured in this movement, man, where there needs to be a more concerted effort to bring people into the fold, you know what, to actually grab them and bring them into the organization and at the rallies and to get them involved rather than just saying, hey, this is our event and the door's open, and if you show up, you show up, and if you don't, you don't. You know what I mean?
I do.
Because one of the things, believe it or not, that goes through the mind of going to one of these rallies, because they hear what's being put out there in the mass media, you know, that there are a bunch of white guys they're a bunch of racists, they hate black people, and you know what, people might say, well, gee, if I go and if I have a negative experience, you know what, I'm going to kick myself for thinking that there was a place for me in the organization and in the movement. and a lot of distortions are actually broadcast intentionally to keep black people from going. As a matter of fact, the local head of the Detroit NAACP put out a negative message about rallies and people with guns and that black people shouldn't go. And lo and behold, I had a big, giant public rally at the state capitol last week, a week from today, man. And I had a ton of black people participating, and it was great. There was no negative issues with law enforcement or the Capitol Police. As a matter of fact, they were nothing but bending themselves over backwards to make sure that I felt that everything was going according to plan, and they were extremely helpful. And I just want to officially thank the Michigan State Police at the Capitol for helping us have a positive event, man.
Well, I mean, I also don't think that some people really realize what kind of a relationship gun owners have with LEOs, because a lot of law enforcement guys are gun guys, and they like to shoot just as much as anybody else does. But I don't think sometimes people do that math and say, well, they are they're with us for the most part. And they, if you look at some of the surveys, everything you just said is borne out by, like Police One, 84% of America's cops like Americans being armed. And they prefer to roll up on self-defense. And they really prefer it in the high crime areas for them to roll up on self-defense, which you live in Detroit. You do have a bit of crime going on there. And most of the people that are targeted by crime are black American women.
And, the tragedy of everything is really borne out by the case with George Floyd, man, because there were 4 white police officers and, my man, Mr. Floyd, unfortunately perished. But in the minds of people in the aftermath of that event, there's going to be that message like, hey, stay away from cops, especially white cops, because they don't like black people with guns or this, that, and the other. And that's the unfortunate incident. These incidents are evil, they're heinous, but, man, they represent such a tiny, minuscule part of our society, man, that it should not keep us from exercising our rights, and it should not keep us from joining pro-gun organizations.
I agree with you. Anyway, I like that this is happening in my time. I'm glad to be here to see this happening, but at the same time, would you call this in its infancy for black American gun owners, Hispanic American gun owners? And I'm just doing that simply to show, to give them the label that they claim. I think they're all just American gun owners, right?
They're all just American gun owners, man. But here's the dirty little secret, man. All throughout our history, man, black people and guns, the civil rights movement could not have happened without black people with guns, for the simple fact that if it wasn't for people with guns keeping the protesters alive throughout the night, they wouldn't have been alive to be deluged by water hoses, going through that whole civil rights thing during the daytime. Guns have always been in the black community, always. Yeah. And you know what? For the Second Amendment and for the gun rights movement to literally survive, we have to get more black and brown people into the organizations, because when the so-called old fat white guys die off, man, if there's no one there to pick up the mantle and carry gun rights forward, gun rights is going to be in peril.
I wish you'd quit talking about me like that.
I love you to death, love you like a brother, and if I catch anybody saying anything negative about you to my face, they will have me to deal with.
Well, check this out before we run out of time. So, I've been trying to work out and everything since I've had the heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I have ups and downs. But before I started having the heart attack, I started having these back issues. And I thought it was primarily because I was just overweight, right? Because I was overweight before I had the heart attack. I'm actually 50 pounds lighter today at my heaviest than I was on the day I had the heart attack, because I was overweight that day. But I've been having these issues with my back, and they come and they go and everything. And after all this time, while I've been sitting around here trying to get back in shape, and then some of the aerobic activity I do, I have to stop it in the middle of it because of the pain and everything. I finally found out that it's not because I'm overweight, it's because my spine is compressing. I have spinal stenosis.
Okay.
And so I've got to adopt a whole new regimen of stretching, and I've got to go down to in Columbia, South Carolina. I have a friend who is like the Uber chiropractor, and he's going to put me on some sort of rack that's going to decompress my spine. And I don't know, maybe the next time, give me a year or so, I might be able to fit one of your suits.
The great thing about losing weight and getting fit is that, one, it's a good lifestyle thing to do, and two, instead of you just thinking you had a weight issue that was contributing to your health problem, by losing the weight, it forced you and the medical people to say, hey, maybe it's something else.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, it was, and now you can start going towards that path of recovery with some activities that's really going to be of benefit to you, but it all started with being in good shape and working out.
I got a long way to go before I catch Mr. Ector. He does like 2,000 push-ups a day. I don't know how many sit-ups he does.
There. Just don't quit. You will get there.
All right, well, I'm not going to quit. I really don't have any choice because I got grandkids to chase. I want to thank you for bringing the Planet Rick back to the show, and we will do it again next week.
Absolutely, man. Can't wait.
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up next, 1911 University with Joe Chambers from Chambers Custom Guns. This is Lock and Load. At Chambers Custom, we have one job. We strive to build the most obsessively reliable, accurate, and beautiful pistols for the discriminating gun owner. Fusing the ageless 1911 design with a 21st century approach to each part and component, Chambers Custom meticulously begins each pistol as a standalone project, creating a bespoke, handcrafted, peerless firearm. They integrate all of the internal, external, and intrinsic elements that make a custom 1911 unique. Go to chamberscustom.com. Chambers Custom, truly the mechanical advantage. At Spikes Tactical, we are all shooters with a very simple mission. Make the best product we can perfect at the best possible price for our consumers. We strive to produce the best components and rifles available, with quality control second to none, because real-world events don't allow for a second chance. Whether you are an operator, competitor, or home defender, Spikes Tactical will serve you well. Go to spikestactical.com. Spikes Tactical, 100% American-made to the highest standard.
Attention gardeners, if you need to grow nutritionally dense vegetables or medicinal herbs this year, listen, because a bioactive superfood for plants is now available. This all-natural superfood for plants is so effective at producing maximum plant growth in minimum time that it almost forces plants to grow, even under the worst light and soil conditions. It's called ProtoGrow, and it's truly remarkable. Vegetables grow faster and contain more bioavailable vitamins and trace minerals. Plants that rarely bloom will flower constantly. Sickly plants become vibrantly alive. Medicinal herbs become super potent. Flowers become more vivid right before your very eyes. ProtoGrow also improves the taste quality of all your garden vegetables. That's because it's more than just an all-natural superfood for plants. It's a proprietary blend of bioactive sea nutrients that contain the basic building blocks of life itself, which is why ProtoGrow even renews your garden by increasing the microorganisms in the soil. Learn more at growlikecrazy.com. That's growlikecrazy.com. Get special pricing for network listeners right now at growlikecrazy.com.